We've all been there. You click a product page and it just crawls. Our story begins at eShop Corp, where customers are waiting and waiting for a page to load. On the surface, it's a simple product page. But behind the scenes, it's frantically calling dozens of services, like a hyperactive switchboard. The result? Slow loading, frustrated users, and a chorus of "why is this so slow?" Something is clearly wrong in eShop's microservices, and today we'll find out what. Welcome to eShop Corp's latest data disaster, a chatty product page. Every time a user opens a product, the system behind that page makes a symphony of microservice calls to the catalog service, inventory, pricing, reviews, recommendations, you name it. In our diagram, you can see one page load fanning out into a web of requests. By the time the page is done, it's hit maybe 20 different services. It's like ordering a pizza and the restaurant calls 20 suppliers for each ingredient. Too many calls means too little throughput. The system is tied up making all these tiny requests instead of quickly getting the user what they need. Under load, this chatty communication overwhelms the system and everything slows to a crawl. So, what do we mean by chatty communication? In microservices, chatty means excessive back and forth messaging between services. Instead of one service getting what it needs in one go, it makes lots of small, fine-grained requests. Think of a very talkative friend who sends 20 texts when one would do. All that chatter increases latency and overloads the network. Each tiny call adds overhead, like the cost of dialing a phone number over and over. In eShop's case, the product page is so fragmented that to build one page, it's doing a ton of these little calls. Chatty services waste time in communication instead of doing real work, and they complicate error handling, too. More calls, more places to fail. In short, it's an anti-pattern where too much talk leads to slow action. Why is this chatty behavior such a bad thing? First, performance. All those small calls add up. Each request has overhead, packaging data, network transit, waiting for a response. If one user action triggers, say, 10 or 20 micro requests, the user's waiting for all of them to complete. It's like making 10 trips to the store for 10 items instead of grabbing everything in one trip. Lots of little calls equals lots of delay. Fine-grained APIs that require numerous calls to do one job end up piling on serialization costs, network latency, even blocking I/O. So, the user sits watching that spinner. Now add many users at once. The system's throughput tanks because it's busy handling a swarm of calls. Second, reliability. Chatty services can cause a domino effect of failures. If a single service in that chain is slow or goes down, it can stall the entire request. At eShop, if the reviews service is timing out, the product page might hang or crash while waiting. A simple page load has become a fragile, interdependent ballet. One failure or even a slight hiccup cascades through all those calls, dragging down the user experience. In summary, chattiness makes our system both slow and brittle, a worst-case scenario. How do we fix a chatty system like eShop's? Enter the aggregation layer. Instead of making the client do all the work and calls, we introduce an API gateway or aggregator service. Now the client sends a single request to this gateway, which behind the scenes dispatches requests to all the necessary microservices, collects the data, and sends one combined result back. In other words, the gateway takes on the chatter and presents a single, tidy response to the front end. This drastically reduces round trips across the network. Our user clicks load product, the browser calls one endpoint, and that gateway pulls the product info, reviews, inventory, etc. in parallel, then returns everything together. The user's wait time plummets because we cut out all the extra back and forth. And, as a bonus, the gateway can handle cross-cutting concerns like authorization or even caching. The key concept here is aggregation. Many calls internally, but just one call externally, which turns our chatty conversation into a concise reply. Another way to tame chattiness is caching. Instead of hitting a downstream service for the same data over and over, cache it. For example, if the product description or user profile doesn't change often, the first call can store the data so subsequent requests use the cached copy. This means you only call the other service once and reuse the data. Services can keep frequently used info in memory or a fast cache store, like Redis. It's all about data locality. Bring the data closer to where it's needed, so we avoid constant cross-service trips. In eShop's case, instead of every product page request querying the user service for the same user info or the pricing service for the price, those could be cached. Sure, we must handle cache invalidation, data going stale, but with proper time to live or update events, that's manageable. The payoff is huge. Fewer repetitive calls and faster responses. Caching turns chatty, repetitive interactions into quick local lookups, a big win for throughput. Another technique to beat the chatty pattern is CQRS. Command, query, responsibility, segregation. Big phrase, but a very simple idea. Separate the system's write side from the read side. In practice, you maintain a dedicated query model or service that already has the data from multiple services packaged together for read requests. Think of it as a pre-assembled result. For example, we could create a product page view service or database that gets updated whenever product info, pricing, or inventory changes. When a user asks for the product page, that one service can return everything in one go. It's been kept up to date behind the scenes, often via event updates, so our reads are fast and one-stop. This CQRS approach means we don't need to chat with 10 services on each read. The data's all there, segregated for querying. It improves read performance dramatically, at the cost of some complexity in maintaining that extra data store. Hand in hand with this, reconsider your service boundaries. eShop's ordeal might be a sign of overzealous micro-slicing. If you find that a single feature requires calling a dozen microservices, ask if they're split correctly. Maybe those 5 services could really be 1 or 2 that handle a whole business capability. Remember, microservices don't have to be microscopic. Over-fragmentation can backfire. By right-sizing services, not too monolithic, but not overly granular, you reduce the need for constant inter-service chatter. The goal is a design where each service handles a coherent chunk of functionality, so that one request doesn't trigger a phone tree of 20 others. In summary, use patterns like CQRS to optimize your reads and design services with sensible boundaries. Fewer, smarter calls make a happier, faster system. Let's recap with a visual before and after. Before, eShop's product page was a chatty tangle, a single click splintered into maybe 20 calls. The diagram was a spiderweb of arrows, latency piling up with each hop. The user waited, and waited, as the system struggled under the load. One slow service or network hiccup, and the whole page lagged. After, we applied our fixes. An aggregation layer, or API gateway, sits in front, so the browser makes one efficient request. Behind that, we've introduced caching and perhaps a CQRS read model, so data is fetched quickly without redundant chatter. The improved design looks much cleaner, far fewer external calls, and the user gets the page in a snap. The after gauge shoots into the green. Throughput is up, latency way down. By going from a chatty chaos to a streamlined approach, eShop's product page transformed from sluggish to snappy. Okay, let's wrap up. What did we learn from eShop Corp's chatty service fiasco? Too many calls means too little throughput. A chatty microservice architecture can turn a simple task into a slow, failure-prone ordeal. The anti-pattern here is clear. Overly fine-grained, overly talkative services hurt performance and reliability. But we've seen how to fix it. Use an API gateway or aggregator so clients aren't doing the heavy lifting. Cache what you can to avoid repetitive trips. Consider CQRS to serve up pre-joined data for read-heavy scenarios. And always rethink your service boundaries. Maybe 5 tiny services should have been 1 to begin with. By applying these best practices, we turn a data disaster into a success story. Faster pages, happier users, and more robust microservices. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you found this both enjoyable and educational. If you liked this episode of our Data Disasters series, give it a thumbs up and check out the next one. We'll continue exploring how to prevent little mistakes from becoming big system failures. Happy coding, and see you next time.